Hi guys, this is Jan from your cooking class, and today we're gonna make mushroom risotto. Here we have our different kind of mushrooms. We have chestnut, button and shiitake. We're gonna just quickly remove the stem like that, and then we're gonna cut that into quarters. The same with the button mushroom. And the shiitake mushroom we're just gonna cut in stripes. Here we have our thyme leaf. We're just gonna peel it quickly like that, and then we gonna chop it up for our mushrooms. We also have some spring onion. We're gonna chop them up and we're gonna add them to our mushrooms in a second. We preheated our pan on high heat. Our pan is very hot now. We need it in order to cook our mushrooms because the mushroom is gonna release a lot of water. Then of course our seasoning, salt and pepper. This process should be fairly quickly. You want to color the outside, but you want to keep the juiciness of the mushrooms. So now you see that the mushrooms release a lot of water. We're going to add our garlic now. And our thyme leaf, which we chopped earlier. We give it a quick toss. Now we're gonna add our spring onion. We just want to toss them very quickly to get rid of the sharpness of the spring onion. Another toss. We cook our risotto now. We're going to put olive oil, a little bit. You also can use butter if you want. So in order to cook our risotto, we heated up some olive oil in our pan. Now we're going to sweat quickly garlic and shallots without color. Very important. Now our shallots are sweat now. We're gonna add about 1 cup of rice. The rice we use is a short grain rice, preferably arborio or cannaroli rice, up to you. Why this rice? Because it contains a lot of starch, and this is what we're gonna need for the rest of the cooking process. I'm gonna explain you in a bit. So now what we want to do is we toast the rice for a tiny bit. It's similar to the pilaf method actually, but there's a big difference in these two methods. Like pilaf method, for example, you need a specific ratio between rice and liquid. Here, however, for the risotto method, you don't need that. You're just gonna use as much stock until the required doneness of your rice is achieved. So we're gonna add some white wine. Yeah. Just a tiny bit like that. Okay. We let it evaporate completely. And then once we finish evaporating, we start adding our stock, our hot stock, little by little. In our case, we use chicken stock. So we can hear now that all the liquid is evaporated. And we're going to start adding our only little, just enough to cover the rice. The key now is to continuously stirring your rice. Why? Because while you do stir your rice, release the starch from the short grain rice. I said earlier that there are specific kind of rices, like for example cannaroli and arborio, which contain a lot of starch. And you can see now already how the starch is coming out of the rice. So we're gonna continue doing that, and we're gonna add a little bit more stock once all the once all the stock is evaporated. So this whole process is gonna take now about like maybe 20 minutes, a little bit less, maybe 15. You want to use the hot stock because it helps you to continuously cooking the risotto rice. If you would use cold stock, it takes some time until the rice starts to boil again. Now we are almost finished with cooking our risotto, and as you can see now, this liquid which is left here in the pot, how milky the color is, that comes from the starch of the rice grain. So next what we're gonna do is we want to check if it's cooked. When you try your rice, it should be like when you try pasta, al dente texture. Once you reach that, your rice is done. So in our case, we're gonna lower our heat, and then we add Parmesan, this much. We're gonna mix it well. And how you know when you have the right consistency of your risotto? You don't want it to be too thick, but you don't want it to be too loose. So when you can check, I don't know, in English there's no real term for that, but in Germany you would say schlotzig. Yeah, that's like how you can say that the risotto is right. I'm gonna show you a trick how to check this out. But first, we're gonna add some butter. We're gonna add butter cubes, like that. Some people, or you might see a recipe where people add whipped cream, right? You can do that if you really like, up to you. I prefer butter. And then you're just gonna incorporate the butter, like that. Okay. Now our butter is completely incorporated, and you see how nice and shiny this is. Looks already very good. We just want to check the consistency, if this is really what we want to have. If you flip your pot and you get a wave, right, then you will see that this is where you want it to be. So I'm gonna show you, like that. This is okay. We can add some tiny bit more stock. And you see now, once we added our stock, the consistency should be a little more loose, and when we do that now, yeah, that's what we're aiming for. So now we're just gonna, final step, we're gonna add our mushrooms and our spring onions, everything inside. Make sure it's incorporated nicely. Of risotto. I'm gonna place it over here, like that. We add some Parmesan, and that's it. And here we have another nice and simple dish, mushroom risotto.